Hey guys, so it is New Year's Eve and I had a different video planned and I'm like, you know what, I just got back home from doing some shopping and I'm like, you know what, I just want to like talk about the New Year's. I don't have any plans for tonight. I will totally be in bed at like, 9 o'clock. I normally don't do anything now. I did more like wild stuff when I was younger. But, people are always like, they want the New Year's to be something special and at least to start the new year, like, amazing. You make your goals, your resolutions, whatever. I'm not anti-goal or resolution. Like, do whatever you want. It definitely is. I hate when people say, oh, you can start things like whenever, tomorrow, like that's the first day of your goal or resolution that you make. You can do it any time of year. Sure, you can, but there's something so special and like just your mindset is different when you start it at the beginning of, like, there needs to be some like momentous event, some marking that allows you to kind of do that. It gives you that initial motivation. It's like they say the hardest thing is starting. So saying, okay, January 1st, 2023 is the first day I'm going to do whatever. That's awesome and that's great. And a lot of people who aren't, internally motivated and they struggle with that kind of self-discipline, that could be a great thing for them to start that, have that calendar date that kind of helps them. I'm someone who like doesn't necessarily need that. I have a lot of like self-discipline, too much to an extent, but basically 2022 was crazy for everyone. I don't even know what happened this year. It was so amazing for me, but it was also so horrible in the way. Like I was a few months, so I moved here to South Florida August of 2021. So that December, like that was, I've only been living here for like 4 months and I was still just trying to understand myself. I was coming from living with my mom in her apartment, being so sheltered and not independent at that point, and being thrown into something so insane. And obviously like I had to grow up and really figure everything out for myself. I was by myself, completely alone. I knew no one. And I made it happen. And I don't even know how I made it happen, but I grew so much. And this entire 2022 was like, I've learned a lot about myself. I am the same person in so many ways, but I've changed in so many ways as well. The big, huge things that happened last year that I want to address here is I have Strength and Sunshine, my blog, my business that I've had for over 9 years now. Obviously, that's just a part of me. That's who I am. That's what I do. I don't even feel like it's a job because it is me. So it's me presenting myself every day. I wake up in the morning because I know that I have to keep that going, and that's what keeps me going. Now, I also had a full-time job at a food company as a marketing manager. And in January of 2022, so right when the new year started, I went full-time, I accepted a full-time salary position at a venture capital firm. I was juggling 3 full-time jobs in a completely brand new environment. And then I also decided when my lease is up that next August, I need to have already bought a house. So I went on the house buying journey. And you guys know that was insane. You can watch my house buying video and just listen to the general mess that was. And I basically was so burnt out. Now I was burnt out moving here to South Florida and depressed and just so struggling. And I was able to like get over some of that, but there was never rest. I was never able to rest. And the burnout was so unbelievably overwhelming. I 100% know that I experienced one of the worst burnouts possible because of what happened to me and what I went through. And then during that entire home buying process, I was let go from my one job. And then right after I moved into my new house with a mortgage, and they knew, I got laid off from my other job. So I never even got to establish myself and feel comfortable like just building up my finances, the extra money and stuff again. with my other job because I literally got laid off. So I currently, right now, I'm completely self-employed. That's it. I never filed for unemployment or anything because I always had this extra income from my blog, and I still have this huge mortgage, and I'm making it work. But the last few months, so from the end of August through now, I have really thought extremely hard on what I want for my life. And at the ripe age of 26, I know that I can't work for someone else. I need to pursue being fully self-employed and not always kind of, going for the easier thing and getting something that's either a long-term contract or going fully employed. I can't do it. And obviously there's something telling me you got let go from all your other jobs. You got laid off. You got kind of fired. You were never, I'm not even getting interviews now. I'm passively applying to like easy apply things on LinkedIn and maybe like one or two, but it's obviously we're headed towards a recession maybe. And my industry, that marketing industry that I always applied to because that's kind of what I have always taken roles in, I'm not hearing anything. And then, I've reached out to some more local things, and I was offered like an entry-level minimum wage job, even though I have 10 years of experience, and they listed a higher salary range, but they're like, no, sorry, we only start people at that range, and there's no negotiation, and they rescinded the offer. Okay, I'm not going to waste my time with that when I know I can be making more money, an hourly rate doing freelance on the side and like shooting food photography for local businesses or doing marketing and SEO for them. But then I thought, I don't like that. I don't like marketing. I'm not good at it. I hate social media, and I'm on it because I have to be, because it is a marketing channel for my blog, which is my business. I love cooking. I love the creative creating. I like physically doing things with my hands. And then I kept thinking, all right, I like to have multiple income streams, and now those are starting to wash up, so I need to rebuild them, which is why I went and got my yoga teacher certification, which I talk about in a few videos, 2 videos back. I have that now. I can teach yoga if I want to, and I probably will. And then I sat down this last week, and over Christmas we had really shitty weather. Everyone did in the country. It was a complete cold front. It was like 40 degrees here in South Florida. Rainy, cold, horrible. And I'm like, wow, those depression feelings and the sadness of that gloomy, dark, gloomy, rainy, drizzly weather all came back. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not good. And thankfully, slowly, like right now, Saturday, the beautiful weather is back. The last 2 days, so Thursday and Friday, I spent my day at the beach, just soaking up the sun and the ocean, and did some shopping with my Christmas money and made some investments in myself. So my big tech purchases of the year for my business, I always wait until the last minute to do that. The new iPhone, the new camera, to upgrade myself and my abilities with my blog. And then, possibly freelancing. And then I kept thinking, what is it that I really want? And, growing up, this is what I want you guys to think about going into the new year. Growing up, what did you love? You probably heard this before, and it's 100% true. What did you love to do? What did you always think about, fantasize about as a kid? I was always drawn to like the health and wellness side of things. I wanted to be a doctor when I was really young. That's not for me. I'm not good with sick people. I don't do that. I volunteered in a hospital and it was a mess. I don't want to do that. But, then I went on into college and, I started out as international affairs, and then I changed my major to public health because I always loved that like nutrition aspect, that health aspect. And obviously I started reading healthy living blogs before I started Strength and Sunshine. Why? I was reading all these women who were runners and fitness trainers, personal trainers, group fitness, all that stuff. That's when I started getting into that. I was a competitive dancer. I started dancing when I was 3, and I was brought up in a very athletic, regimented environment. And I've always loved the human body and just all of that. And so one of the things I always thought about, especially during that whole reading, healthy living blogs, all that, was getting my personal training certification. You know, I always looked at these women, I'm like, wow, I want to do that one day. And the same thing with the yoga certification. But I'm always like, wait, fitness was the one thing I didn't monetize. It was my passion. You know, I monetize cooking. It's a little more stressful than it was. It can be fun. My own cooking for myself on a day-to-day basis is relaxing. When I'm cooking new recipes, I know that it's blog potential, so that's a little stressful. But fitness was just something I didn't. And I always felt like, oh, I know everything. I don't need the certification. You don't need that to teach. You can teach anyway. But you kind of do, especially, you know, if you want to work in a gym or if you want to work at some sort of company, you need some sort of education. And so on Black Friday, I saw that NASM, that's the number one, the most respected industry of certification company out there for personal training. There's ISSC, ACE, but honestly, NASM is like the cream of the crop. And they had a great Black Friday sale, but I had just finished the yoga teacher training. I'm like, maybe I should just start with that, and maybe next year or something, do the personal training. And then I kind of kept thinking about it over the next week or so. And then December passed, and I'm like, it's a little weird. And I started talking to my brother one night about it. And then I was talking to a friend about it on Thursday. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me just look. Maybe they have an end of year sale. I know that obviously in January, everyone goes back to the gym. It's all healthy living goals and all that. And so I kept thinking, a consistent thing in my life has always been the health, wellness, fitness, food, nutrition, all of that. And what makes me feel good and happy every day? Fitness, you know, working out. So when I saw that they were having the same sale they did on Black Friday, I was like, you know what? Honestly, this certification would be like cheaper than, say, an in-person yoga teacher certification. Like, why wouldn't I invest in myself? Well, I have the time now where I am not stressed 24/7 with these ambiguous jobs where I don't even know what I'm doing, what the schedule is. And these last few months, I've had so much free time to think and to understand myself and to see what lights me up, what makes me happy and excited. Literally just going to the beach any day I want, because I can set my own schedule. I can set my own time. You know, I get all my work done. I love working on Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays. And then I have the rest of the week to do whatever I want. And like filming this, like, you know, probably later in the week, whenever I feel good enough to do that. So what is something that will allow me to kind of set that own schedule, you know, do things virtually if I need to, do things in person? Fitness, personal training. So I looked at that certification. I'm like, this is it. This is what I need to do. Now, lo and behold, they had some special discounts too. So there was bundles, and you could bundle the premium, like, you know, the personal trainer, certified personal trainer, CPT certification with the nutrition counseling. And that, you know, certified to coach in nutrition. And obviously nutrition is kind of more important than fitness. And you could bundle that together with a discount. And then I also know that me and the people I watch on YouTube that I've been watching for years and years and years are all in the bodybuilding physique space. Well, there was another certification for physique and bodybuilding coaching. So I was like, you know what? I'm going back to school, and I'm completely investing in myself. I'm completely gonna try out a new career path. I am gonna focus on my blog and then focus on fitness. And I'm gonna make that my priority, a serious thing. I'm gonna get educated on it. I'm gonna learn how to program real workouts. I'm gonna learn how to actually coach people. And so I bought all 3 of those certifications at the same time, and to get CPR certified, you need that to even take the exam. And all that together plus tax, it was about like $1,500. That's nothing. So I just bought all those, and I have 180 days to take the CPT certification. The other ones I have a little bit more time to do, which is good because obviously. And starting January 1st, so tomorrow, I'm gonna open that up, I'm gonna look at the courses, and I'm gonna start studying. And the moment I hit purchase, like I read that, oh, you have 28 days to request a refund if something happens. But the moment I hit purchase, I like told everyone. I sent screenshots to my family, some of my friends. I'm telling you guys right now. So there's a refund coming on now. And I felt good about it. I am someone who struggles so much with making decisions. Obviously, with the whole house thing, forget it. And I'm so bad, I feel like I'm bad at making decisions. But this felt so right, and it felt good. And I didn't struggle with the decision. I was like, you know what? Like I did, I was a little, wait, let me check out the other, like ACE and ISSE. But I was like, no, I know this is what I need to do. And it felt so right. So I had purchase, and that's it. I'm literally on my journey now to go back to school, to start studying for all that, take the exams, become a certified personal trainer, and begin a whole new journey for myself. So for 2023, I thank God it came down to the wire this last week. I had so many revelations about myself and what I want in my future. And that's it. And now I'm like, wow, I regret not getting this and pursuing these things earlier. But I think it took this long to figure out what I wanted. So that's my goal, resolution, whatever commitment is to study and become a certified personal trainer, get my nutrition coaching certification, get my physique and bodybuilding coaching certification, and who knows, maybe I will be able to compete on stage, which it has always been a dream as well. I grew up, all encompassed, fitness was my life, growing up, and so was nutrition and cooking. And obviously this is what I was meant to do. I have a public health major. That was my Bachelor of Science is in that. So I'm super excited. But I want you guys, if you're struggling, if you want to make some goal, you want to make some resolution, something, a promise to yourself, think back to when you were a kid. Seriously, think back. This may take a few days, so it's okay. You can start the second week of January if you have to. I'm telling you that's a good time to start. And really think to what made you excited. What has just always been there? One thing that I'm good at is consistency. And the one thing that has been consistent in my life is health and wellness. That's what I need. I believe 95% sure that I just figured out my calling. And I feel so excited right now that it has to be. That I'm not excited about marketing. I hate social media. I hate all of that. So that's clearly not what I should be doing as a career, anything. I'm not passionate about that. Sure, I like reading about it, but it's more just interest and maybe because I had to do it. But this, I can kind of complete my package now. Cooking, nutrition, fitness, health, wellness, and mindset, just all of that, that's it. So that's what I'm doing for 2023. And I want you guys to leave a comment down below and tell me what you figure out. What's that thing that makes you just so excited, that has always been an interest of yours, that you don't get tired of, that you can talk about for hours and hours on end, that you just get so like fired up about it. Like that, for me, that's that. It's fitness, it's health and wellness. So yeah, that's what I figured out, and I hope that I was able to explain it enough to you guys and that you can kind of understand it and absorb it and like take it in for yourself. Now, I know not everyone has the time to quit their job and have months to kind of figure things out. But even if you just take a weekend, a few weeks, and just really start noticing like during your day what makes you feel good, what you're always thinking about, what's always there in the back of your mind, that's probably what you should be pursuing. It may be kind of like not as crystal clear, but sometimes you can piece one or two passions together and you'll be like, wait, I think this will be perfect. Like like, maybe you love shopping and you also love, I don't know, drawing and painting. Like, maybe you should be designing clothes. I don't know. But sometimes you can kind of piece those things together, but you have to think back to when you were a kid, years ago. It's not anything recent. It needs to be something that has been there for years within you. So I hope that helps, and I hope you have, no matter what 2022 is like for you, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful 2023. I am so excited. And like this, YouTube, I don't know what's gonna happen, and I'm not putting pressure on it really for myself. So, you know, I'm definitely gonna document this whole fitness thing, and maybe my channel will kind of turn into that. Probably the Instagram will. But yeah, I'm excited, and I hope you guys are too. I hope you have an awesome New Year's Eve, and I hope your year starts off fantastic. And yeah, so leave a comment down below. Let me know what your goals, resolutions, promises, anything, let me know. And if you need help, tell us in the comments, and maybe we can all kind of help you figure something out. But yeah, so like, subscribe, share this to someone who's kind of struggling with that, and yeah, happy 2023.